Good morning, and welcome to this edition of The Great Discussion. I'm Cooper Halliday, and today we will be discussing climate change and global warming. I've brought the best experts, Hunter Danford and Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick.
Thank you very much.
Hi, pleasure to be here.
So tell me, Hunter, how can you support your view that global warming isn't affecting us?
Well, there's actually a lot more evidence than you think. For example, you've heard about the recent droughts in California, right? This is really just a normal part of the weather cycle that has been going on there for quite some time. 1976 and 1977 had very similar rainfall amounts, suggesting a pattern that frequents the state. Man-caused global warming is not likely to have an effect on the recent low rainfall.
So Patrick, how can you justify the average rising temperatures of certain areas on the Earth?
Well, first of all, the global mean surface temperature, or GMST, is composed of warming and cooling hiatuses. Since 1850, the warming hiatuses, cooling hiatuses, and typical warming have occurred 3 times, with typical cooling occurring twice. The current warming period has slightly escalated since 2012. This is what is expected to end in 2017. This will be followed by a 30-year cooling period, with the temperature changing by between 0.08 degrees and 0.2 degrees per year for each temperature trend. This is a natural cycle that has been observed for many years.
That's very interesting. Honest. I'd like to take this time to introduce 2 more well-known scholars of global warming, Ben Demlo and Danielle Heiser.
Thank you.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here.
So, tell us a little bit about your research of global warming.
Okay. Well, global warming is no myth. We've done extensive amounts of research on the topic. For example, look at this ice cube. Does it look like it's melting? I mean, of course it is. The world is definitely warming.
I mean, people say global warming isn't real, but do these dead polar bears look fake?
Temperatures have been rising slowly, but there are many more things that support the effects of global warming.
Danny's right. If this trend continues, by 2035, the number of glaciers in the world could be reduced by as much as 80%. I mean, global warming isn't always negative though, because 2010 was one of the warmest years in recent history, but it had the lowest number of natural disasters.
Wow, interesting. Have you 2 done any research personally on this topic?
Actually, we did a long-term experiment where we placed heaters in a field and watched the long-term effects. The ground did warm and the plants lived longer, but the amount of plants eventually decreased due to
This was truly a riveting discussion. Thank you all for coming and providing your insight to this topic. Now it's up to you to decide what you think. This is all we have for this segment. Now for the weather.